Hey ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a grounded video today, talking about the updates and what else is going on with me streaming the game, hopefully as guest appearance on a bunch of stuff, and how you can play this obby that me and a bunch of fantastic creators built recently. Do leave a like, really would appreciate it, and also go and check out my director's cut of my 100 days of Grounded, which is out on my 100 days channel. I'd really appreciate if you go and give it a like and a comment. I re-edited it, I did some voiceovers for it to make it nice and clean, so it's both the parts that I released last year, all into just one nice video, cut down obviously, so it's not a 2-hour epic. I really would appreciate supporting that, because that's where hopefully you'll be seeing more of stuff from me. Anywho, updates. Well, first of all, let's get the stream stuff out of the way, because that's going to lead into the info about updates. Tomorrow, I have been invited alongside a whole bunch of other creators to take part in Casually Grounded. That's where the Obsidian team stream pretty much every week, showing stuff off within the community. They get guests on, streamers, and they do usually the dev Q&As there. So tomorrow is going to be their anniversary stream. The official 3-year anniversary for Grounded is the 29th of July. So basically tomorrow's filled with these creators taking part in this competition. The week after, I've also been invited back again alongside the other creators that helped build this obby. And we are going to be showing Eric and the team and hopefully getting them to race and see what it's like with them taking it on. So that's 2 weeks that Casually Grounded has kind of been overtaken by creators and competitions and stuff. The reason I say that is because normally when it's an update, we do have like the devs appear, usually a Q&A, or they keep things a bit light. So does this mean we're not actually going to get an update to celebrate the 3-year anniversary? Or if there is an update, it's maybe not going to be the big one that everyone really wants and I've been hyping up, similarly like maybe the Lizard or the Ant Queen. So a few things to discuss with that as well. So yeah, they normally do have Adam on. Now what sometimes happens is they announce it, they'll say the PTB is going to be live in a couple of hours or whatever, and then obviously 2 weeks later the update will go live. But that would mean it's kind of missing the anniversary mark. If it comes out in August, well, that's not the anniversary, is it? Maybe a week you could understand, but if it's 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know, man, I don't know. This makes me think we might not actually get a big update until September. September is the official 1-year full release anniversary, and that's what game companies and games really celebrate. They generally don't make a big deal of early access releases, usually because they're releasing on new platforms sometimes, so to most people they don't care. But the 1.0 release is usually where you would have maybe the biggest reveal of content, and we know content's coming, we know they're working on something. So Grounded's full release was the 27th of September. That's only really 2 months away now. So it would be a long time since the last update. Frequently, Grounded have had updates every sort of 3 months, more or less, in the last year. Before then, it was a little bit closer, 2.5 months. But now it's been sort of every 3.5 months. But that would be a long time to have the last update, which hit back in what, April? May, June, July? It's kind of due, it is kind of due. August, September, but that would be 5 months. So yeah, it was like the end of March that we kind of knew that the super duper update was incoming. Now technically we had the second mini update where they added the infected wolf spider, but that was really meant to have come with the super duper update, hence why nothing changed. It wasn't called the infected update or anything else, it's still just called super duper on the splash screen when you load up Grounded. So if we go by that date, then we're on course. There might be an update this month, there might be an update in August, it'd be okay. But if it's September, it will definitely be at least 4 months. And if we go by the date that Super Duper did actually come out, it would be 5 months before. And the reason I mention this is because some people's perceptions are a bit off. The Super Duper update was massive. It had a whole bunch of quality of life stuff, brand new build materials, not to mention a whole brand new biome, new creatures, new bosses, new weapons, new gear. That was a large update. I think that these kinds of big updates are taking longer and longer to do because they have given themselves a bit more time and they've got to make sure it's more polished and normal. So it could be longer gaps in between. So what if they're working on this update and it's going to be just a bit longer, but it's going to have more in it. It's going to be even bigger. It might have the things like obviously the earwigs and the silverfish. Maybe it'll have the Ant Queen and the Lizard in it. Recently we saw that some of the art might have got a bit updated, or we got a cleaner look at some of it anyway for the weapons. And it looked like the Ant Queen was the most developed. And a lot of the Wiki Boys assumptions is that we're going to get some sort of updates to do with the Ant Queen and being an Ant Queen summoner. So you'll be able to control ants with the staff that you can pretty much get from killing the Ant Queen. The lizard is probably not as finished or as polished. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was expecting to see some sort of Xbox reveal when they had their show a couple months ago. In the end, it was kind of damp. There was nothing to do with Grounded shown off or spoken about. But equally, there was a whole ton of games not spoken about. Apparently, Xbox is going to be at Gamescom in a big way this year. Normally, I would say European shows aren't where they release in loads of info about some of their biggest games. We saw some of the reveals at the last one they did, but the Gamescom one is kind of maybe not that deal. But that might actually suit where Grounded might get a big reveal. So that's actually happening at the end of August now. So bottom line, either I'm going to come back tomorrow and go, yes, we've got news about an update, whether it's going to be just a quality of life one, maybe smallish, maybe add in something like the fireworks. I figured that would be there to be shown off maybe for the 4th of July, but it's kind of too American. So maybe this will be part of the anniversary update to see the fireworks. But then again, it could just be safe for the 1.0 update. It's not just a case of releasing some bugs because we think they're ready. You've got to think about the balance of the game, how people access these new areas if the bugs are going to be there. It can't upset any of the older sort of progression. Well, not too much anyway. And it's got to be interesting, right? It's got to be finished. So my heart wants this update to hit now because this will be the last update I can really cover until obviously my new baby's been here, as I'm going to be taking some time off to help out with the baby and spend time with it. So I'm praying this doesn't get held back till September, or if it does, it'll be the very end of September, literally on their anniversary. So that's what we know at the moment. We know there's content coming. We know there's new stuff added like fireworks. So fireworks have got to be there to celebrate either this anniversary of early access or the full release. It says to me that so much of this content is being made into a larger update. I think, yeah, there is a possibility we won't get an update this week, and it might end up just being in September that we get the biggest one. Not a criticism, I'm not fussed either. I'm not some of these weird Donnies that says Grounded needs an update every month. There's loads of stuff to do in Grounded. I've been doing my 100 days playthrough and I've put at least like 50 hours into it, trying to get everything 100%. And that's someone experienced with the game. So players that take their time building bases, going to take more time finding certain things. There's just so much to do in Grounded. It doesn't need these updates to make it a good game. It's already one of the best games going. But as a YouTuber, obviously the more views I've got, the better it is for me. Grounded's the main jam on this channel. So yeah, I'm down for updates, but I'm just saying maybe hold tight. Don't get your upsetness in a twist. If it doesn't actually pan out this month, it might actually be September that we get the biggest update going. Hopefully we'll find out more tomorrow as I'm on Casually Grounded, as I said. There's going to be a whole ton of creators on tomorrow's show, some of the biggest and best in the Grounded community. So fingers crossed we get some sort of announcement at the end of it. If not, the week after, I'll be back there again with the Obby Boys. And as always, the minute we do get any news about any kind of update, I'll always be the first to tell you guys and give you a breakdown. So until next time, ratbags, I'll catch you later.